What up, though, everybody? What up, though? What up, though, Lions fans? We got the dub. We got the dub. We got the dub, man. Hey, this your boy known as Jay, a D313SP. Right next to me is my geared up Lions brother, the fellow SP member Breed. The new Breed is
Yes,
in.
sir. Sir, what up,
What
though?
up,
What up,
Breed?
though?
Not much, bro. So obviously we had to win the big Thursday night football game. I know we a little late, but we got the dub, Breed. I know that felt good.
Yes.
We got a lot to talk about with this game. How first of all, how are you, and what was your very initial reaction, real quick, if I can get that for 5 seconds?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm good, and with the Lions, man, I'm so excited about this, man. So excited about this. Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
yeah, with the victory and all the stuff that just was happening, man. We gonna talk about it, man. We ain't gonna be here too long, but we about to get
Right.
into it, man. Right after this.
Yes, sir.
Right after this. Right after this.
Uh,
All right. Let's get this started. So, man, Lions fans, like I said, we win this game 21-20. It was a thriller, man. A real good game for the most part. Just happy to see football back. Obviously, a lot of people picked us to lose. A lot of people picked us. Some people said we win. I was one of those that said we could win this game, that we would destroy the Chiefs for most of the all season. I just gotta ask you, man, what was your opinion overall of the game, Breed? Like, what was just your take from it, man? What did you learn from this game about the team?
well, I know when I seen it, it was just first of all the man. Shout out to Thursday Night Football for giving us this opportunity,
Yeah,
letting these Lions just. You can just tell they wasn't scared by the
yeah,
Chiefs. They wasn't scared. They was ready from the
yeah,
get go. Of course, had a little fumble by Marvin Jones,
yeah,
but they didn't let that get to them. They stayed right on it, and
yeah,
to do that and to be around this crowd, because that Kansas City crowd is something. That could be one of the best
yeah,
crowds in the league. To come
yes,
out with a victory like that and beating the champs
yep,
and beating the champs and while they got their rings is just extra sweet, man. It's extra
yes.
sweet.
And
And
putting out the banner.
yes, and then just seeing the faces of Mahomes and Kelsey in the sidelines, man, it was just looking at their face. Now I'm hearing about right. And now they're talking about that Mahomes was fighting an injury. Of course, like, come on, man. Come on. Anything to not get us a victory. Like, okay, well, we didn't have Chris, they didn't have Chris Jones. They didn't have Kelsey. But we didn't have J-Mo. We didn't have Isaiah Buggs.
We didn't have
So,
Mosley.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But they don't mention that. But when we win, now what would have happened if we would have lost that? It would have been
Oh,
like, well, how'd y'all lose without Travis? They had Travis Kelsey and Chris Jones. That would have came up.
was the
That would have,
hype too good for the Lions? Did they
yeah,
outhype themselves? Are they
right,
who we think they were?
right, right. You're like they
Just
didn't.
going.
The bright lights was too much for them. They couldn't take
Mm-hmm.
prime time. Well,
Right.
they took prime time
Yep.
and they showed up.
Twice.
Now it helped. Now Kansas City had a lot of dropped balls.
So
Pause.
did we.
But,
So
but
did we.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying so did the Lions.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we was dropping passes too. Jared Goff was a little off target with Marvin Jones. No connection there.
Mhm.
Not to mention the play Ben Johnson didn't call the best game. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
He just didn't. He could have called a better game than that. So let's
Mm-hmm.
be real. The play calling, the drop passes, you can tell like when you go against on the road like that, you don't want to go playing behind the line of scrimmage all day because the team is at home. They get more of the energy on their side. They're going to play a little bit more jumpier. You want to keep that offense flowing that way. I don't know what Ben Johnson was thinking, but we made their defense look a little better than it should have been promoted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we did. That's just the truth. The Kansas City defense is overhyped. And don't give me that Chris Jones stuff because it's one damn player. We've been one of the thinnest defenses for 10 years since we've been gone. We've been finding ways to win games, lose games when we did used to get pressure. So that I'm not giving them that excuse there. We were told, we saw everybody picking the Chiefs over the Lions. Except maybe one or two people. So at the end of the day, there's no excuses. Now, had they picked us to win and then we lose, or they picked us to win and then, they gave us, hey, well, they made the excuse because those guys were going to be out and they picked us to win and we win like we did. Okay, cool. But no, once you pick the other team to win regardless, I don't want to hear about injuries that might have been there with the quarterback. I don't want to hear that. Taylor Decker was battling injury during the game. Frank Ragnow was battling injury during the game. We got guys. We had our young players. By the way, I want to talk about this too. We saw 4 rookie debuts in this game. We saw more of it on the defensive side of the ball. We'll get to that, but we got to start the offense. They had no answer for Sam Laporta and the running back Jahmyr Gibbs. They had no answer. Especially Sam Laporta. And this is what was frustrating me about the game too, because I'm like, why not run him in a tight end screen? If you go on screen or a running back screen with them, they could not stop our tight. Like I love how the only time I saw Sam Laporta go to the ground, that it was only when he actually was already kind of going towards the way he caught the ball. Otherwise, when he had to go and run traffic, he made that defense power him, and he wouldn't go down. You had to blow the whistle. I love seeing that from the rookie going against chance or experienced defense. They got some young pieces on there. I love seeing that because that showed me that he was ready to be physical. He saw lights with that the lights didn't scare him, that he was ready. You think a rookie in that situation making a mistake, lose the ball. No, our rookies showed their ass today. Well, Thursday. They all did. That's the part I take the most. Gibbs was a nightmare for that defense on 9 total plays he got to run. 2 targets in the passing attack and 7 carries. And it was those 9 plays he got was the most nightmarish thing for them. Because he wouldn't go down with a tackle. He's spinning off, he lowering shoulders. Dude was showing so much confidence and poise, it was scary. It was almost starting to feel like the Lions were at home watching that game. And that's spooky. Yeah. That is spooky. Yeah. When you get to the defensive side of the ball, you see, there were times Derek Burns and Jack Campbell were out there together, and I thought I was the only person who saw this, but when those two out there, they look like a nasty duo.
Absolutely.
Because you know why? They cover each other's weaknesses. Derek Burns, real good against the run. He's trying to learn more coverage mechanics, but that's going to be hard being a former pass rusher. Jack Campbell, last thing he was a pass rusher and a run stopper, but he's learning better mechanics against the run, getting off the field of gas to try and make plays at the run and getting more used to it, but he's really good in coverage, right?
Right.
They just kind of go toe and toe. That's a duo we got to look at for in the next couple of years. But as far as Campbell, he did well. Brian Branch, though, I think it was him and Gibbs to me were the superstars the other day.
Yeah, no question.
That interception was better than every catch that the Chiefs players were making that game. Just to move that, where they set yourself, knew your direction where you wanted to go, and ran and was speedful into the end zone. That was beautiful. What was your take on the rookies, man?
The rookies played great to me. Definitely Brian Branch with that pick 6. Man, that to me changed the whole complexion of the game. Yeah. It changed. Yeah. Like having that, and I know people gonna be like, well, the receiver, if he would have concentrated on the ball, he would have caught it. But those things happen. And we capitalized on that mistake. So things happen like that. You know what I mean? Jack Campbell played a good game. Definitely played a good game. You can see like you were saying with Barnes and Campbell, you can see that's going to be a future right there. I can definitely see. Now Gibbs, they couldn't stop Gibbs, man.
They couldn't stop Gibbs. So they barely could stop David Montgomery.
I think, and I've noticed with Montgomery, it's almost like every time he ran the ball, it was 5-6 yards every time. Every time.
Yes.
And that power runner is going to help somebody like Gibbs.
Yep.
It's going to make that defense, the defense is actually going to make them more tired because they so used to Montgomery and his physical style. Then he goes out and then Gibbs is there. And then he has physicality in him, but it's just Gibbs is more faster. So that's going to wear out the defense.
Yep.
It's going to wear it out.
And it was times too where they could have had him stop for 3 yards only. It turned into fast, especially later got in the game. And I love the touchdown run he had where he at the end he could just ran it in, be getting a little elbow shot to the defender. I'm like, good, good. You know what I'm saying? That game was just spooky. Obviously, some things we didn't like seeing in the game. Obviously, like we said, the fumble was one thing, but that cleaned itself up. Marvin, we know he knows better than that. He even put it on himself. He said in the press conference,
he's not going to have another game like that again. That's just one of many. One of the times he just ain't going. He just not going to fumble like that.
And it's weird because to me, the momentum just kept shifting back and forth. It was like certain things kept happening where the momentum was on their side and would shift back. It seemed like whoever was going to make the bigger plays was going to get the momentum. Like when the Lions were getting downfield on them. They were moving, but when Ben Johnson took the momentum away with his suspect play calling he chose to show up with, plus the drop passes on plays we did have, that was kind of killing us. And like you said, when Branch put the momentum back, it energized us. And I feel like the Lions at the fourth quarter, they owned the last 6 minutes of the game. They were completely control. And they could not put that away.
And another thing and gotta mention this, the constant pressure that Aiden Hutchinson put.
He was one of the main inventors of this whole story. Him and James Houston too, because it's not fair that he didn't get enough snaps. That was unfair. Right. I was not putting Charles Harris out there that day, but James Houston and Aiden Hutchinson, though, he could not be stopped. Like that's another tandem right there.
Yeah,
Batman and Robin, you cannot stop them two together. They had to chip Aiden off to the other end. They was finding all ways trying to block this dude out. And then, not to mention, all the holding calls, the thousands of holding calls that went on in the freaking game. I'll change my foot. Man, that was crazy, bro. What was your take with all of that? That whole thing, man.
And we can't leave out the constant movement of that offensive lineman for the Chiefs.
Taylor, how you standing back there with the quarterback, bro? Like, damn, you might as well line up as a runner. Like, I thought he was about to run nothing. The way he kept moving, I'm like, well, damn.
Unbelievable, man. Like, you didn't call a single call, and he's been moving the whole time.
Yeah,
it's like, how do you not call it? And then, like you said, the holding calls, the what they did with Hutchinson and a couple other people, man, it's just blatant holding.
Man, I'm seeing choking out. I'm seeing like, dogs, this wrestling, you got people choked up, full Nelson. And I'm like, helmets down there ripped off. Like, and then one of the players took a shot at Aiden like with a headbutt, slightly hit him, but Aiden kind of tall. So he didn't hit it, but that should have been a personal foul, like a personal unnecessary sportsmanlike conduct penalty there. I think Pacheco might have did it. You know what I'm saying? But man, that's what I saw. The more ugly stuff, dropped interceptions. Pat Mahomes should do like 3 or 4 on the day Thursday. Not to mention should have been sacks. So all the half-day rushing yards came off holds from the quarterback. He was responsible for 45 of the 90 rushing yards. And all of them came on foes. It was uncanny.
Yeah, good game from Goff, man. I mean, he didn't throw any interceptions, so that's a plus. No turnovers.
Yeah, Goff he had a solid game. It was a couple of good plays he made where it was a better one there waiting. I saw, like I said, St. Brown, one big pass he threw to Josh Reynolds. He caught it, got it down. But St. Brown a little bit deeper up the middle, wide open, and he saw it. But I don't know why he didn't take it. And shout to Avery Giovanni, he showed it too on Twitter, and I was like, man, I was with my pops, man. I'm like, damn, he missed that open target right there.
Shout out to Avery Giovanni.
Yeah, shout out to Avery Giovanni. Shout out to him, man. Oh man, I'm actually gonna plan on him coming back on the show this Wednesday, kind of do a reaction of it, so we can all kind of talk again. Because there was pressure in that game, but it was also pass coverages. But it was time their receivers got loose too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you said, they dropped passes, but at the end of the day, we knew they was got to take somebody off. You was gonna let Mahomes do whatever he was gonna do. You go take his receivers out. When you can't pressure them, take your receivers out. If you can get pressure on them, make it count. Because Aiden was rushing on him. Every time Aiden got to him, he was throwing incompletions.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead,
No, let's say you're talking about a perfect game that personifies where, like, just because you don't get a sack down, if you can get pressure on the quarterback, they can make, bad throws and stuff like that. So that was what we saw. That was an example of it. It was a little bit of both what him and Daryl was debating about. We saw a little bit of both that day.
Right.
And I did say they both was right. So,
right.
What you was gonna
say? And I think a game like this can help the Lions throughout the season. Especially, it's gotta help them against Seattle because again, you got Geno Smith who can run. It's just we gotta put constant pressure on these running quarterbacks.
You just saw what the Rams did to them today. They had several sacks against them. They run pressure against them, and they stopped the run. If you take the run away and make Geno beat you by itself, it's probably not going to happen. Now, if the secondary everybody believes is more improved, that will be the test there. If they can do that, the Lions got a shot to win. Because there's big weaknesses with Seattle if the Lions can attack it.
And they got some very talented receivers. So, Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Smith and Jigba. You got Etheridge. You got K9 in the backfield. They got some talent. And then they got a nice defense too with Walton and Bobby Wagner and a couple other guys too. They got to put their A game in, but they're gonna be at home. The crowd gonna be behind them like crazy because this is
the crowd thing. Seattle knows how to play in a loud crowd because they also know for the infamous crowd too.
Yeah. So they used to it.
They're used to it. They ain't got no excuse. Too. So, man, look, man, what's your final thoughts on so far for game one of the Lions, man?
Man, it's just my thing is the win was great. This is the start of the future of this team. I think we can have a good season. I think we can not only win a division, but we could do some things in the playoffs. I mean, this looks like a playoff team. They just got to stay healthy. Just limit the penalties. Like, and make sure, like, with these running quarterbacks, they seem to have a lot of issues. They seem to have issues with running quarterbacks. So, gotta limit that. With this Mahomes, you gotta look at the film on this game and let it help you for the next game and the next game and the next game. Because the next two games, you got running quarterbacks with Geno Smith and Desmond Ridder.
Yep.
So,
games too.
Yeah, and even the game after that, you got Jordan Love. So this is the type of game where you gotta really be out there. You gotta just get your defense on there, but have a stellar offense as well. Keep running the football, like with Laporta. I think Laporta, it's gonna help him, and it helps to have Dan Campbell as a coach because Dan Campbell is a tight end. So he can give him insight on being a tight end. and what to do and stuff. So that helps.
Yeah, his blocking was good too. So in the game, so yeah,
Yeah, it helps. But man, this is a great total win. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. And keep doing your thing and boot up. Like my man Mr. Banks said, boot up. One pride. And man, can't wait till next Sunday, man. It's gonna man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Hopefully get another player.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Everything I got for the game, man. Just just go Lions. Be consistent. No injuries. No penalties. Play a close to perfect game as possible, and just go out there and just play hard, and play the grit and grind of Detroit. Yep. That's what you can do. But yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, man, and that was a great take. And like I said, man, to all the people who was picking them against us, hey, screw you. And people who made excuses, screw you too. We don't care about your take. That's why we're here. We don't
Detroit
need your
versus take. Everybody, baby. Detroit versus everybody.
Y'all didn't say nothing about all the missed calls. Y'all didn't call that out. So for all those who say that we just make excuses when we lose about referee officiating, well, we won, damn it, and we still telling you that the officiating was bad, and it was atrocious, and there need to be something done about that, because you don't just get to miss that and then say, oh, we just didn't see it, or we didn't think, or it was a rule change. No. I'm sick of the excuses, but at the same time, I'm tell you, Lions fans, got another day to celebrate, but this is not the end, be all, see all. This is barely the beginning. Y'all need to stay focused, and this team needs to stay focused, man, because right now our flexing don't start until we start getting consistent at winning some divisional titles and getting some home playoff games. This is just one little footnote. This game can be watched away if you go 1-8 right now, and people won't even be thinking about this game. It won't even matter. Now it's time to really get refocused, continue to try to get healthier, and try to win the next game and the game after that. You got to start putting some wins together, man, and show this league that we are here. This is not the time to get on focus and let the hype or celebrate. Win when you start getting more consistent at winning. Big games and stuff like that, because that's when it's gonna come about. And I think this coaching staff can get it done, man. Dan Campbell being ballsy with the fake punt and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear people complaining if you do it again and it don't work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all love it when it happens. So I'm just being real with y'all. And I want to say big shout out to Aaron Glenn, because he don't get enough love and respect by anybody in this fan base, because he put a defense together that made it work. And the more he'll only get better with more talent and more time to develop on talent. We are not elite talent defensive yet. We're trying to get to that. You know what I'm saying? The more time you give him, the better he's going to be. So keep being patient. Quit calling for his job. I don't want to hear it no more. You know what I'm saying? He put y'all to shut up for the rest of it. Find a way to beat your Pat Mahomes. So that being said, man, follow us on D313SB. If you ain't had a chance to hit that subscribe button, man, hit the button if you like it. Drop us a like, and again, hit the sub button, man. Follow us on Facebook. Everything, man, is D313SB. And yeah, man, it's just known as Jay. It's your boy, Breed over here. Shout out to all the Lions content creators, man. Shout out to Avery Giovanni. Shout out to UG. Shout out to King and DSN, Daryl, who wasn't here with us tonight for the video. But shout out to all those guys, man. It's your boy, known as Jay. Dan B saying take that away all in for joining the show the other day too. But it's your boy, known as Jay. Y'all chill, coach.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Maniac Tim.
Maniac Tim, yep.